Okay, so I'm going to go to this website and see if you can access it. I guess to help you remember, not that I require you to remember anything, but it's WTNR is Workshop Technology, and Niran is my name. But I'm going to show you this link anyway, every time. Okay? And also, just to let you know that this lecture is being recorded. If you want to access it, it's going to be in this lecture video. After we had class. Okay, and please go to lecture number 1, and we can get started. Okay. Okay, all right. Good evening again. Welcome to my part. Okay, I have not seen you before. I suppose you are from IEL, correct? Yes. Did I interview any of you? You raise your hand. Oh yeah, I remember you. Any of you? Okay. Yeah. I remember some of your faces, but we'll get to know one another more. All right? Because I'm the one. If you have any problem, you can come ask me. All right, you can message me, and I'll do my best to help you. All right, so I'm the one you can turn to if you have any problems. Okay, my name is Niran. I'm from the Industrial Engineering Department, and I guess today we'll share some of my experience with something that I want to share with you. I guess grading, I think other professors already told you about it, right? We are going to, maybe we're going to have the test, the final exam. I think that will be 30 points, right? Not 30 points, but I don't remember. Actually, I'll tell you later, okay? Okay, so you are in part 2. So we're going to do software, AI, and blockchain. And the reason that I choose this topic is that I find it very fascinating. Like, even though I'm from Industrial Engineering Department, I think software is one of the solutions that most of the problem in industrial engineer can be solved. So maybe I'll share, get your hands dirty into some of this area. Okay, so we're going to do software, AI, and blockchain. Okay, so first we're going to do a little bit of software. Okay, and if you already, maybe last year some of you might do some of the class with me. It will be quite similar, but today we're going to go a little bit deeper. Okay, so when I talked about software, there are, I guess, many types of software that we can do. What I want to show you today is called web application, and this is something that I've been doing for the past 3 years. So I've been teaching in industrial engineer, and then I also teach in the computer engineering department too. Because I really like writing software. And what I mean by software can mean many things. First, if you think about software, it can be the application that run on your operating systems. For example, you can turn on Open Word, Microsoft Word, Excel, and things like that. And this kind of software is something that run natively on your operating system. And the software actually talks directly to the operating system. So it's a pretty good architecture. It means that it can run pretty fast on your operating system, right? But the downside of developing this type of software, the native software, is that if you were to develop the software for Windows, you have to rewrite the whole thing if you want to run it on Mac OS or Linux, for example, because it's used different technology to build the software. For Windows, you're using C#. It's one of the language for Visual Studio. And for Microsoft Mac OS, you do Swift. And for Linux, you do C++. So if you are a software developer that built natively for like this operating system, you're going to have different teams. With the same company, there are probably 1 or 2 teams that specialize in developing the software for each of the operating systems. Okay? This is not what we're going to do today. Okay? We are going to do something called web application. And that is the software that does not run on the operating system directly, but it actually runs on the web browser. Okay? And the cool thing about running on the web browser is that every operating system has browsers. Name it Microsoft Edge, Chrome, and Safari, right? All of this, can run your software. So it's really nice because you can just write your software once, and it can run anywhere, like even on the mobile platform or iPad or tablet or even Raspberry Pi. It can run anywhere because web browser is probably one of the most used software in the world, right? And in order to do that, you're going to be leveraging the technology called HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I actually taught this last year with some of you guys. I think I remember some of you guys here. But we'll go into a little more depth today. Okay, so in order to do that, we are going to use a software that is called Editor. It's called VS Code. So it's already installed in all of your computer. So that will be something that will help us write software in an easier way. So it provides us with the environment to develop the software. Okay, so let's do that. Why don't we see if we can open VS Code in your computer? Can you search for it? This icon over here. See if it comes up. Okay, so today we are going to develop a personal website. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Okay, you should have something like this, right? If you don't have something like this, let me know. Okay, easy enough, right? Okay, so we're gonna get started right away. Okay, so first thing, in order to use this software, you want to make sure that your workspace is at the correct location. Okay, so do this with me. Okay, go to File. Okay, and let me show you this. What happens if it's not at the right location? I can show you. Let's say if I put it in some other location, when I click Files, I should have something called Close Folder. Okay, but if you don't have this option, that means you're good. You are essentially nowhere, which is good. It's a good starting point to be nowhere. Okay. So make sure you don't have this option. If you have this option, just click it so that it's no longer there. So if I click Close Folder, it's gone, right? And then if I were to click at Files again, I don't see anything. Okay, so that's the first starting point, right? Next step, I want you to create a new folder on your desktop, okay? And just name anything. It's okay. I'm just naming it Workshop. Oh, I don't mean to open it. I just want to have a folder available, okay? And the third step is that we are going to bring up VS Code and make sure that you put it alongside your folder, okay? And you can do this. You can drag into here and drop it. You can to drag it in and let go, like that, okay? If you were to do that, then you are going to see your folder name appearing on the top left corner. You see I have the name Workshop appearing on the top left corner. So that means that I'm at the right place, the place that I want to be. Okay? Actually, you can toggle it on and off with this icon right here at the Explorer bar. Okay? So let me show you, if I want to exit this workspace, I want to go to File and Close Folder. See, once I'm in a location, then I can close to get out of that location. If I were to close it, then it's actually nowhere. Now, I'm not anywhere. If I were to open this, toggle this icon, then I will see no folder open. What I can do is that I can just drag it in again, right? If I drag it in, then I'm actually in that folder, or I already set my workspace to this location, okay? All right? If you have problem setting your workspace correctly, let me know. Very good. Okay, easy enough. All right. So we can get started now. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do to build our awesome website using the web technology is to leverage the language called HTML. Okay. So there are three things that we're going to go over today. in order to make you a really, really nice website. First is HTML. It's called the markup language. Okay, so let me go over it, but you guys gonna get your hands dirty very, very soon. All right. So HTML is called the markup language. It's the markup language. It's not the programming language. So you cannot do calculation with HTML. It's just for displaying things. Okay. It's pretty standard for all the browsers. So all the browsers understand HTML. So that's why if you write HTML, you can pretty much just run your website anywhere, right? And later on, we're going to make your website even more cooler by introducing JavaScript, which is actually the programming language that allows you to do dynamic contents. Okay, so first, the anatomy of HTML is that you're going to write what is called tags, T-A-G, tags. Okay? So the tags will tell the browser to display things in a certain way. For example, if I were to use this called p tag, okay, and the way that you would do tag is that you have the less than and greater than and sign with the name of the tag inside. So that is called the opening tag. There's also what's called the closing tag. Same thing, but with the / inside. Okay? So anything between the tag will have a special display behavior. For example, for paragraph, this is called p tag, means paragraph. It means that it has a special margin, and it will have the, I guess, the margin in the top and the bottom, and then with a special line spacing or something like that. Okay? And we're going to explore some of that in a moment. Okay? So that's how we do. Okay? So we'll go through that very soon. Okay? And also, if you were to, if you want to include any additional information in the tag, you can also specify something like this. This is called attributes. Okay? You will use some of this a little bit too. For example, if I want to say that this tag will have a special class, okay, called editor node, then I can just say something like this. Okay? I'll let you know later when we use this type of information. Okay? And also, there is a special type of text that's called the empty element. That means that I don't have to open and close it. For example, the image tag, because we're going to include some image very soon. And in order to use that, image tag is a little bit different. It's going to have the it doesn't have the opening and close because it's kind of self-closing. So you have image, and then you have this / at the end. So you only have just a little piece, just one piece, and you're done. Okay? I'll let you know later once we are here. Okay? All right, and in order to, I guess, compile or construct the whole HTML page or a website, you're going to have something called document, which means that you're going to have to follow a certain structure. For example, it's going to begin with this doc type, right? And then there's a HTML tag, open and close. Inside, that's going to be head and body. So that is kind of like the general structure of your HTML. Okay? All right, so without boring you to death, let's just write something on our page, shall we? Okay, so I want you to go to your VS Code. Okay? First, we're going to write the file called index.html. So that is usually the starting point for your website. Okay? Can you click at this button called New File here, and you can type index.html. If you were to learn any website, like web development course, what you're going to write first is index.html. Okay? And if you click away or click enter or hit enter, then you already have the files open. Okay? Oh, let me just zoom in a little bit for you. Okay? So make sure that you spell correctly. All right? So we're going to write HTML, but you need some structure, right? You need some boilerplate, right? So this can be done very easily. Can you do this with me? I want to do exclamation and then hit tab. See that? Let me do that again. If I were to do exclamation, number 1, and then I hit tab, then it kind of builds the whole boilerplate structure for you. It's pretty cool, huh? Like that. So I want this one. One more time for those who are still confused. I know. So exclamation and tab. Okay. Let me know if you have problem. I can go help you. So I want something like this on your page. So first, create the file called index.html. And then we're going to hit exclamation and tab in order to get the general structure for your web page. Good? Very good. OK. So first thing that you have to remember is that this program does not automatically save anything for you. Unlike nowadays, it always auto-save. This one, no auto-save. So that means if you see that white dot over there, that means that you haven't saved it. If you haven't saved it, nothing's going to change. Okay? So let's make sure that you save your file. Okay? In order to do that, you can do two ways. First, file and saved. Okay? Very simple. But that is a very long way, inefficient way. I want to do something more efficient. You can do Control S. So whenever you type some things in here, like even if I do spacebar, right, you see the white dot coming up. If I want to save it, I just do Control S. I don't have to click anything. So if you can get used to that keystrokes, that will be more efficient. Okay, let's do Control S from now on. Like, if you write a lot of software, then Control S is your friend. Okay, do that. Okay. So now we saved it. So let's see what happened. Let's see the general structure in here. So first, I can collapse like this. You can see that there is a head tag in here, right? And there's also a body tag, okay? So first, can you just type anything in here? Just random gibberish things in here. Type random stuff in here and saved it. Okay? And we're going to see, we're going to open this in our web browser. Okay? We just want to test if it works first. Okay, just type something between the body tag. Okay? And in order to do that, we need to make a server. Okay? When you want to visit some website, what you are doing is that you are sending requests to the server so that the server can send something back to you, right? So in here, we don't have any server, right? So we need to create the server. And VS Code, this program, actually has a way that we can easily do that. Okay? Can you do this with me? If you were to right-click here, do you have this option? If you don't have this option, can you raise your hand? Again, if you were to right-click at this file, do you have this option or not? If you don't have it, let me know. If you have it, just click it. Okay, what happens if you click it? You're going to see your website. Right? That's it. Because what you just did, you just make a server that your web browser can point to. You are serving yourself your own website. Your server is your local server. Okay? But that's only if you configure your software correctly. So I did it on your computer already, but just want to make sure if you don't have that option, let me know. I can fix it very easily. Okay, one of you. Okay, what is this? Window different. This one's new. No. Hey, it's working. It's good. Okay, you need to save it like that. And right-click. Right-click, this one. Right-click one time. And click this one. Yes. And then just cancel. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay. You need to create. Can I just do it for you? Oh, no. Okay. It's called index.html. And we're going to do that. And just type some, oh, not here. Type something here. And then do that. There you go. Okay? Very good? Very good. Okay, almost. ขอโทษครับไม่ได้มาอันนี้มันI did this is from somewhere else. I don't know. I'm just gonna not saved it. Okay, can you type index.html, please? Okay, can you type exclamation? One. Ship one. Ship one here, one here. Ship one. Ship one. And then tab. Tab. Okay. And just type random things in here. Okay, I'll just put your cursor here. Okay, I want you to type random things in here. Just type random things in here. Just type whatever. Okay. And then save. Save. And then we're gonna do that. Oh yeah. อันนี้คือ Okay. ได้ละ There you go. Okay, you need to save it. อย่างงี้ I think should be lowercase. Not that it probably doesn't matter. Okay, you need something. You need to write something in here. Here you go. Okay, everybody see something white? Can I see it? You got it? Okay, can I help you? Okay, you need to save it like that. So Control S is your good friends. And that. There you go. Okay. All right, so good job. So the way that I do this is that it's really cool because you can make change in your code here and it will auto refresh and then reflects it on your web browser. So the way that I like to do, I like to put it side by side. It's up to you, okay? If you want to keep switching, that's fine. But I like to do something like this, where if I were to make a change here, for example, like this one, I make a number, and I saved it. See that it's my content changed automatically. So that's how you want it to be, in order to make things respond quickly. Okay. If I were to changing and I hit save, see, I don't have to use my mouse, right? I just use my keyboard and then just change, and it changed. Okay. So that's how you want it to be. Okay? So first thing, I want to fix this guy right here. See that your tab says document. That's boring. Let's change that. Okay? I want you to go to the head tag and see this title tag, and between them, can you change them to something else, like my very cool website? See, between the title tag in the header tag, can you change it to be something more fun? If I hit save, notice that my tab name has changed. Very cool. That looks like magic, right? It's magical. ตรงไหน Okay, so that's not good enough. We want something in our content to change, right? So let's do that. Okay, first we're going to start with header tag. No, sorry, heading, which is H1. So H1 is probably the first one you're going to use. Okay, so I'm going to open and I'm going to close like that. Okay, and anything that I put in between will get the big title. Okay, for example, welcome. Check this one out. Okay. You don't have to follow what I did exactly. Okay, so adapt it to be your own stuff. Okay, you got the title. Next one, let's do paragraphs, right? You want to write something to greet the visitors. So let's do P tag. Okay, so open, P, close. And notice that the editor is smart enough. If you were to kind of close it like this, it already put the closing tag behind it because it knows what you want to do. That's kind of the beauty of using this type of editor. So my name is Niran, like that. Next up, I wanna tell the visitor my favorite food. Okay, so but I want to use a smaller heading, so I can do H2. So H2 is the heading level 2, which is a little bit smaller than heading 1. Okay, so my favorite food. Okay, so notice that my H2 heading is a little bit smaller. You can go as far as H6, okay, the 6th level of heading. I just happen to like a lot of food, so I think I don't want paragraph. I want a list of my favorite food, okay? So I'm going to start with LI. Actually, no, not LI, but UL. UL is unordered list. And inside, I can have LI, and then I can say pizza. I like pizza. That one. Okay, so I'm going to write a couple things in here. So there's pizza. I'm going to do, I like rice and whatever. Noodle, fine. Okay. Okay, so next stop, I think I want to show an image in here. So let's see, I want to do H2 and then my pet. Okay, and in here we're gonna put in an image of cute animal. Okay, I guess some of you need to save too. Can you save? Control S, like this. Can you do it? Control S. Control S. Yep. Okay, if you're here, let's search for cute animal picture, shall we? The website that I recommend, not that it's the only website that you can go to, it's called Pexel. Because this one, I know it works. But you can, so for the first try, let's just go to this website with me. And later on, if you want to explore, it's your own. It's up to you, okay? So Pexel, you can search for lots of things. I'm going to search for cute animal. And yeah, you just pick, random stuff that you want. Okay, I like this panda guy right here. So I'm gonna click like this. Okay, so I want you to bring up your favorite image like I do here before we move on. Okay. All right, you guys have picture. Okay, you're done. So can you go to pexel.com and bring up your favorite cute animal? All right. Okay, if you have this picture on here, can you do this with me? First, I want you to right-click on the picture. Okay, there should be a button called Copy Image Address. I'm sure it might be in Thai. If it's in Thai, oh, it's actually not in Thai. That's good. Okay, copy image address or image link. If it's in Thai, it will be คัดลอกที่อยู่รูปภาพ Okay, just do that. Just คัดลอก just copy it, man. Okay, copy it. Okay, but before you paste it into your code, let's check with me. Let's check with me one more time. Can you open a new tab and can you paste whatever you just copied in here? If you do it correctly, what you see should be just an image. It should not be a website. If it has anything else apart from your image, that means your link is wrong. I only need an image. I don't need the website. That's why some of the website doesn't work like this. For example, Google image does not work because if you copy the link, you get the website. You don't get the image. Okay? I want image only. That's the thing. That's why Pexel works for me. Okay? If that's what you got, now you may put this back into your code. So, I mean, you already have copied it, right? Let's go back to your code. Okay? And let's do this. I want to place an image in here, so I need an image tag. So image tag is self-closing. So this is a special one that I just mentioned earlier. You don't need to open and close the image tag. You only need one piece, which is the self-closing tag. Okay, so do this with me first. Okay, make sure this one is /. Okay, and then one more step. Can you do source equal and then the double quotation like that? Okay, as you might have guessed, the source, this is called the attribute. So this is the extra information that we want to put into this tag. And probably all of you might have guessed. I mean, this is where we put the link that we just copy in between the quotation. So can you move your cursor in between these quotations and just paste the link that you just copy like that? It's supposed to be long, but just make sure that you have the cursor at the right place before you hit the paste button. Okay, so it's supposed to be like this. Okay, and then you paste it in. And if you were to save and then open your websites again, then yeah, you should see some image on your web page. Okay. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this one more time for you. Okay, let me just delete everything. Okay. First, I don't have anything, right? I want to search for my image, so I want to go to pexel.com. Okay, P-E-X-E-L, Pexel. Okay, Pexel, this one right here. And then I want to do, cute animal. Okay, now I'm changing. I want cat, this guy. So I want to open it like this, and I do the right click and do copy image address or link, okay? But before I paste it in my code, I want to make sure that if I were to paste it in another tab, it should display just the image, not the website, okay? So that means that I got the right thing. And then I go back to the VS Code, and then I construct the tag in this way. So img with the /, and then kind of like close it in a way, right? And then I do src, source, with the double quotation. And in between that, I want to paste the whole link. It's supposed to be a long one, okay? Save, and then open my website again to see something happening, right? Okay, so let me know if you get stuck with these steps. Good. Very cool. See it? Can I see it? You need to save it too. Control S. Yay. I think you are missing, hold on, you are missing this one. Sorry, you are missing this part here. See this part? You need / and then that greater than. / right here. / and greater than. Need that? Okay. That's okay. You don't need all. All is optional. You can just do / and greater than, and you're done. / and then after that will be greater than. เลื่อนเคอร์เซอร์มาทางขวานี่ครับเลื่อนมาทางขวาแล้วกดทางโซนนี้วันนี้นี่greater than เอาเครื่องหมายมากกว่าผมหน่อยขอเครื่องหมายมากกว่าไม่ใช่นั้นน้อยกว่ามากกว่านั้นแต่ว่าเอาไอ้นี่ออกด้วยข้างหลังนี้ออกให้หมดเลยทั้งหมดเลยเอาอีกอันนึงออกอีกนึงเราเซฟครับกด Ctrl S หรือว่าเซฟให้ผมหน่อยกลับไปดูครับนี่ไม่ใช่ไม่มาเพราะว่าทั้งหมดนั้นโอเคขอผมดู
ลืมอันนี้ที่เพื่อนเขียนอันนี้
ลืมอันนี้ทั้งอันเลยครับ img แล้วก็อันนี้ไม่มีสเปซเนาะใช่โอเคOkay, very good. Okay, so next stop, do you notice that the image is too large, okay? Too big. So let's make it a little smaller, shall we? So when you come back to your code, I want you to have another lines in here, okay? It's called, just do an enter. And do this width equal, and then in between here, just type a number. It's a pixel in width in pixel. For example, you can do 300 px. And that will make your width of your image 300 pixel wide. Okay? And that looks a lot better. Okay? Like that. Okay? So just include this in and see if it works. Okay, let me know if it doesn't work. I can go help you. I did this a lot of time. Okay, very good. So I guess we have some content in our website, but you know our website looks very very generic, and I guess it looks really unstyled, I would say, right? Because this type of website looks like website from 2000, like it has a generic style. So let's change that. Okay, we can style our website with the technology called CSS. Okay, so that's the next topic. Okay. This guy right here. So CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. Okay, so you don't have to understand what this means at the moment, but essentially it's another type of language. It's not a programming language yet. It's just a styling language that helps you make your website, you know, more beautiful. Okay, so let's do just that. So first, I want you to do this. Can you copy this one? Okay, it's on page 29. Can you copy? No, not the whole thing. Just do this line right here. It's copy. So Control C, right? Can you go back to your website and anywhere in your header tag? Okay, anywhere meaning that you gotta be in your header tag. This is your header, right? I can be anywhere as long as it's inside the header. Just paste it in. It's called link tag. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, just paste my code in. And if you were to look at your website, nothing will change yet, right? Because we haven't really did anything. Like, first, this tag is telling the website to look for a file called style.css. But we haven't had this file yet, right? In our folder, we only have one file. So let's fix that. I'm going to create one file called style.css, right? Because the website is going to be looking for that file. So we're going to give it that file. Okay? And in here, this is where you can go crazy with the styling. For example, let's do something fun. Body. Okay? When I say body, it means that the whole body tag will get this style. Let me show you this. Okay? The way that it works is that you can have the curly braces like that. And inside, you're going to tell the website what you want to change with your body. For example, background, color, and then I'm going to do red, and then semicolon. Check that one out. Actually, that's the wrong one. You know why? I think that's supposed to be right. What? Why doesn't it work? Styles.css. Some things in here are not correct. Does it get that's strange. That's a bit weird. Yeah, it works. Oh, so the red. Okay, I totally forgot. Right? I think red that's not supposed to have. Yeah. So red with no quotation. Sorry, I totally forgot. So that's how it works. Okay. So I thought it was something else. Okay. So that's something you can do. Okay. So no, I thought it would be quotation, but obviously not. Okay. So. So if you get your background to be red like this, looks pretty ugly, right? So maybe we'll change them a little bit because this one probably not the right way. So what I can do is that I can click here, and then I might choose something a little bit more faded, right? A little bit more mild, like light gray, or maybe I'll do some light, a little bit of red tint on it, like that. and then something like that. See? Or you can kind of go crazy with other colors too, right? Okay, maybe a little bit blue, right? Yeah? Okay, and let's see, how about color? Okay, color is fun because usually if you do, for example, red, what happened? Every text is red, right? The color means the text color, right? When you do the website, sometimes you don't want your text to be completely black. You want it to be a little bit gray, so it looks more, I guess, softer to the eye. So I'm gonna go a little bit dark gray, so that looks better. Like it's a little bit different from the full black. It's a little more, it's a little mild, okay? So that might be something you want to do, okay? And if you want your website to have a little bit of spacing, right? So right now it's flush to the left. You might want some breathing room to the left side. It's called margin. So let me show you this. I can do margin, left, and I can do 1 rem. See that? Maybe 1 is too little, so I do 2, maybe 5 rem, okay, like that. That's too much. 3, okay. So rem is the unit of measurement that corresponds to the font size. So when I use rem, it's kind of nice because it's relatively to the font size. So 1 rem is equal to the 16 font size, 16 pixel font size. And that is good because in different device, 1 rem looks different. I don't want to be coding in pixel because I don't know if you can look it into your iPad, right? Or in your iPhone or in the desktop screen. So each of the device has different font size, the default font size. So rem is like a standard way of defining things to be relative to all the device. So it always looks similar to all when you viewing on all devices. Okay. Or you can even try something like this: margin. Maybe you can do text align, and then center, and that will make everything center. Which is kind of bad because I have this thing right here. It looks kind of weird, but yeah, why not? Probably not the one I want to do, so I'm going to delete it. Okay. Like that. Okay, there are tons of things that you can do, okay? Let's do something else. If I want this is the whole body, right? It's applied to the whole site, right? But if I only want the header, then I can do H1. As you can imagine that it kind of mimics, it follows the name of the HTML tag, right? So if I only want to style H1, I can do this. I can do text decoration and then underline. If I do this, then my header has this nice underline. I guess if somebody wants it. I mean, I think VS Code actually has a nice autocomplete. So if you start typing anything, see, I see all of these things that I can do. Like I can even do text shadow. And I don't know, just 2 pixel, right? Now I get text shadow, which I cannot see it. But there are so many things that you can kind of try. So or you can do align. How do I forget this? Font size. So font size is something you might want to change, right? So again, font size, something you might want to change for the whole body, right? So I'm going to go back here. And if I want to make my fonts a little bit larger, I can do 1.5 rem. Again, I don't want to code into the actual pixel because 1 rem is about 16 pixels, but then it changes between all the devices. So if I were to do 1.5, it means that it's 50% larger than the default in the device. So that's kind of nice, but I don't have to specify how large it is. It's just larger than the default, okay? So that will make things larger, okay? So maybe that's too large. I want to keep it a little larger, so maybe 1.2, just to make it easier to read, right? Okay, and something I want to do is that, usually the things that affect the website the most, actually the fonts. Right now, your font looks boring, so let's change that too, shall we? In order to change the font, I have a nice resource for you. It's called Google Fonts. Okay, so let's try that. Let's go to Google Fonts, and now you can browse your favorite fonts. Okay, just choose something you want. Okay, so I know what I want. I like Noto Sans. This one is my favorite one because it looks modern, and it's quite condensed, so that my website can squeeze more text into the page. Noto Sans. Okay, this is my favorite one. Okay, but you can choose anything you want. Okay, just choose a font for me, and whatever you pick, you should get a button called Get Font. Okay, let's click that. Okay, and there's another button called Get Embedded Code. Okay, let's click that. And then there's another button called Import. Okay, there are 3 things you need to click. Okay, let me go back again one more time. Okay, so if you pick your favorite fonts, you should have Get Font button, so click them. The next button is Get Embedded Code, and the last button is called Import. Okay, I want you to copy whatever inside that import. So I don't need the style tag. I just need whatever inside the style tag. See, I only select the inside, not the enclosing tags. Okay. And I want to copy that and then paste it in my CSS file. So can you do it at the top? So at the top of your file, you should have the import statement on it. Okay, you're almost done. Okay. So once you import it, then you can come back to your body. And maybe the first thing, okay, so that I can see what's going on here. I can do font family, okay, and then whatever follow here should be the name of your fonts. For example, mine is called Noto Sans, right? So let's do that. Noto Sans. Maybe that's Thai. I'm not sure. Okay. Right here, I got it, okay? So sometimes if your font has space in it, you have to have the quotation surrounding it, okay? But if your font doesn't have quotes, then you can just type it in with no, if your font doesn't have space in it, then you can type the name without the quotes. But for example, for me, my font is called Noto Sans. It has space, so I gotta put it in between the quotes so that it knows that that's the name. Okay, and make sure that it works. If it doesn't work, let me know. This one is a little bit tricky. Okay, wait, sorry. It's that. Okay. Wow, Korean. Okay. Okay, you have to save everything. Okay, gotta save too. Okay. You're almost done. Okay, 42.san. Okay. Why? Yeah. Font family. And then I'm guessing 42 wait what's the name of this dot okay this name yeah it changes but it's too hard to read okay hold on I'll help this one and then I'll get back to you อันนี้ไม่เข้า
เข้าเลยค่ะ
กดนี้ใหม่ครับ อันนี้ลืมปึ๊กเกี่ยวไม่เอ่ยไม่เกี่ยวเอาแต่ไม่เข้าเลยforgot something hereไม่ใช่ตานา works โอเคอันนี้เหมือนจะลืมโอ้อันนี้ก่อนอันนี้เยอะไปนะครับ
จริงอันเก่าเหมือนรูปมันขึ้นมาแล้วพอหนูใส่300 p
โอเคเดี๋ยวก่อนนะครับอันนี้มันมี syntax error อยู่โอเคอันนี้ไม่เอามันไม่ขึ้นนี่คืออะไร 5,500 นี่ไม่เกี่ยวโอ้โอเคอันนี้เนาะอันนี้ไม่เอา UL เนาะ H2 image ทำไมมันไม่เวิร์ก source เท่ากับถูกแล้ว with body อันนี้มันอะไรไม่รู้ครับเอาใหม่แล้วกันเนาะได้ละโอเคต่อมาก็อันนี้เนาะเพราะนั้นมีนี่ด้วยครับนี่ไงครับ working นี่ครับได้ละรูปไม่ขึ้นไหนเขาดูหน่อยโอ้วิด3,000เหรอน่าจะ300มั้งแต่ไม่น่าเกี่ยวมันคืออันนี้ผิดครับโทษนะขอเธอไปนิดได้ไหมครับผมโคตรยากก็ถูกแล้วนี่อ๋อ src โอเคกดผิดโอเคครับได้ครับนะแล้ว มาวะแรกเหมือนกันเนาะnot found เหมือนเคยมีประสบการณ์นี้มาแล้วครั้งหนึ่งไงวะไม่รู้ครับอันนี้พีลองมากเพราะว่า style.css ไหนขอลองก๊อปใหม่เลยถ้านี้ได้ขอเถิบไปนิดนึงได้ไหมครับขอแบบขอนั่งเลยนะโอเคเจนครับเจนอันนี้ไม่เข้าใจปัญหามา checking is enable โอเคผมยอมแพ้ครับอันนี้ทำไม่ได้เครื่องนี้ทำไม่ได้ไม่รู้ทำไมเหมือนกันโอ้อย่างแรกคุณล็อกอินเน็ตก่อนแล้วกันผมไม่มีเน็ตด้วยแต่ผมยอมแพ้ว่ะเพราะว่าไม่งั้นจะไปต่อไม่ได้ไม่รู้ครับคือมันต้องคอนฟิกเกอร์เยอะอะผมไม่แน่ใจแต่คือส่วนใหญ่มันทำได้นะแต่ผมไม่แน่ใจเครื่องนี้เกิดอะไรขึ้น
แล้วทำไมอันนี้หนูไม่มี
ฮะ
ที่มันเป็นจุดข้างหน้าเพราะอะไรอ่ะ
อ๋อเขียน li ผิดครับต้อง li แบบนี้แล้ว li เล็กครับลองดูใหม่แต่คืนนี้เดี๋ยวผมมาดูให้ท้ายชั่วโมงแต่ผมยอมแพ้ว่ะเพราะว่าไม่งั้นมันจะไม่เสร็จเนาะไม่เป็นไรครับเรื่องเล็กอยู่ในแถวเดี๋ยวนี่ก่อนก็ได้ครับยอมแพ้อันนี้เน็ตไม่มีใช่ไหมครับกด login.cmu.ac.th ครับอันนี้ยังไม่ได้ใส่นี่เลย นี่คืออะไรทำไมมันไม่มาเลยล่ะผมรู้ละเน็ตคุณไม่มีนั่นเลย นี่ไง มันหาไม่เจอ อ๋อ เน็ตคุณแน่เลย ใช่ไหมเพราะเน็ตคุณใช้ได้คุณต้องใช้ได้ ถูกปะเพราะเมื่อกี้มันโหลดไม่ออก ใช่ไหม
ลองไหม
ผมรู้แล้วเพราะเมื่อกี้มันโหลดเน็ตไม่มีไง
ตอนแรก
ใช่ไหม
เข้าแล้วมันก็หลุด
ใช่ นี่มานะโอเค มีเน็ตแล้ว ก็เหมือนเดิมก่อนจะเย็นขออีกรอบหนึ่งไม่เป็นไรครับเดี๋ยวลองดู ถ้าไม่ได้ผมจะยอมเพราะว่าไม่งั้นมันไปต่อไม่ได้ถูกไหมอันนี้ไม่ได้วะคือผมต้องใช้เวลาในการหา เพราะว่าปัญหามันมีหลายแบบคือผมเคยเจอปัญหานี้แล้วผมก็เคยแก้ด้วยวิธีอะไรบางอย่างจำไม่ได้แล้ว แต่ว่าถ้านั่งหาคือวันนี้ก็ไม่ได้กลับบ้านก็เลยเดี๋ยวOkay, anybody has problem? No, that's good. Let's go. Okay. All right. So I want to wrap up CSS. Actually, there's tons of things that we can do. Actually, if you want to try later, you can ask ChatGPT to write CSS for you to make your website more modern. And actually, you're going to split out the CSS file for you, and you can copy it in, and then it will make your website looks nicer. Okay. The next thing I wanna show you is called JavaScript because that one is a little bit more fun, I guess. Okay, so JavaScript is the programming language that you can use to make your website more dynamic. So essentially, anything that you're doing with your website, your application that do complex thing, is because of the JavaScript. So that is actually allows you to do a lot of things. For example, content updates, like something pops up, something disappearing, or animation, maps, audio, video, and a bunch of things is enabled because of JavaScript. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of JavaScript in your website. So why don't you add this line into your header tag? Just copy it like that. Okay, copy. And paste it in your header tag, in your HTML, shall we? So anywhere in your header tag, you should have this line. Anywhere, as long as it's in the header tag. Okay? Again, if you read what it's doing, it's actually asking for this file called script.js, right? And we don't have it yet. So let's fix that. Right? Right now, we don't have this script.js. So let's create a new file called script.js. And just try with me one little thing called alert. And then just do hello world. Okay? So this is JavaScript, okay? And you'll see what happens if you open your website one more time, if it works, okay? Okay? If you do it correctly, you should see something like this. Every time you refresh the page, these things always come up, see? You see that? That is JavaScript. Okay, that guy right here. Okay, so if you don't have it, you can let me know. I'll go debug with you. Okay. I'll go debug with you.
คือมันเปิดไฟล์ยังไงคะ
โอเคโทษนะครับ ขอให้หน่อยโอ้หายไป1 อัน นี่ครับ เราขอไฟล์ที่ชื่อ script.js ผมหน่อย ไฟล์ชื่อนู้น script.js เนี่ยพิมพ์ไปเลยครับ ได้ไหมเซฟด้วยครับ เซฟหน่อย ไม่มา กดนี้ใหม่ให้ผมดูหน่อย อันนี้กดไฟล์นี้ให้ผมดูนิดนึงยังไม่มีเลยครับ กลับไปดูที่สไลด์ผมมา ผมขออันนี้ไปใส่ไว้ใน header ให้ผมหน่อยครับ กลับไปดูใหม่ครับ นั่นไงครับ มาละ โอเค Alright, so your script works. Alright, so let me show you that JavaScript is the real programming language. I guess you don't have to do it with me, but I just want to show you. Okay, if I were to do this console.log, okay, you don't have to do this with me, but I'm going to show you that I can just do 1 + 1 in here. And if I were to go back to my website, right, and I'm going to open something called developer tool. So if you are a web developer, you can do this a lot of time. So you can see this right here. That's number 3, right? Because it's 1 + 2 here. So I guess I want to show, if I were to do another logs in here, okay, I want to do like here. Hey, I am here, right? And I go back to here, then you can see that these things are actually get executed. So this is like Python. Like in your Python, you are writing code that get executed line by line, right? This is the same thing. Anything that you write in here get executed when your website is run. So you can do anything. You can make requests to another website. You can draw pictures. You can download files. So but you just have to know the syntax, right? But you can, that's how we do, right? So that's how it works. But this thing is not interesting because user will never see this. This one is just for developer to kind of, like maybe debugging things and showing things in your console, right? So that one, I'm not going to use it, okay? But what might be more interesting is, well, you already did this one, right? So let's do another code, okay? So first, I want you to copy this button right here. Go back to your HTML and paste it in, okay? So this one, go in your HTML. It can be at the very bottom, or actually, let's do it at the top. because then we can see it more easily. Okay, so let's do button right here. Okay, this button will make your website display a button. Wait, see a button? See, there's a button in here. Click me. Okay, and if you can click until the sun comes down, you never do anything yet. Okay, you can put your button anywhere, doesn't really matter. Okay, but what will make the button do something is JavaScript. So why don't we do this too? We're gonna copy another code into your JavaScript. So this part goes into your script.js, and if you want, you can delete this one because this one is very annoying, right? And or alternatively, you can do double / to comment it out so that this one will not get run because it's annoying, right? But I'm gonna copy the new codes into it. And let's see what happens if you click the button, shall we? Okay? You might not see anything happening, but why don't you go down here? See this? It added more text into the bottom of your screen. See? If you refresh it, it goes away, right? You click it again, then comes back. You click a button. Okay? You see? So this type of behavior is what enable complex application, right? Because in the complex application, you click the button, something's supposed to happen, right? Something comes up, goes away. You run stuff, you run something behind the screen, behind the scene. That gets written into a file like this, okay? So this is not a JavaScript class, but I just want to give you some primer of how this thing works. You just need to kind of understand what it's doing, okay? So first, I'm doing this. So this part does not get run right away because of the word function. So function, as you learn from Python, it's like a block of code that will get executed when we call it. It's like DEF in your Python. So it doesn't get called right away. We just register the function. But the first line that gets executed when you run your website is this line right here, okay? So this line is saying that I want to find my button called BTN. So this BTN is actually get written right here. ID equal BTN. See? This is the attribute of the button tag that I was saying. Like I want to give it more information. So I give the ID of this tag called BTN so that I can find them in my code, right? This one, I'm just saying, give me that button. Okay, so I get the button. And then the button itself will have a method that I can run. So this one is called add event listener. And as you might guess, click. So when you use the browser, the browser knows what you're doing. Like it knows every move that you're doing. Like every mouse click, every mouse movement, every keystroke that you did, it's actually get recorded in the program. So I can tap into that type of data and then intercept it and then do something with it. So I'm saying that if you were to click at the button, then I'm going to run this function. This is the function that gets defined on the top. Okay? That's all. And this function, what it's doing is just create a text and append it to your body. Okay, so do something fun. Why don't we change this one? Because this is your move, this is your action on the page, right? I'm going to say double click. I want you to double click the button. So I'm going to say D, B, L, click. Actually, I don't remember. Let me search for it real quick, okay? Event listener, double click. I always forgot the syntax, okay? DBL click, okay? Let's change it into, okay, that's the right one, okay? That's the right one, okay? So if you change here, saved it, Go back to your page, and now you have to double click the button for the text to be added. Right? You cannot click anymore. You have to double click. Right? You have to double click. If you click, doesn't work, right? Something like that. Okay? Or if you can, there's something called event listener and mouse enter. So that one's fun. Mouse enter. Okay. Let me search for it. Mouse enter. Or I want on mouse enter, actually. Right? On mouse. Okay. Let's try on mouse enter. That one's fun. That one. Okay, let me try first to see if it works. Okay. If it doesn't work, I'll search for another thing. But if I were to kind of hover on it, mouse enter, actually doesn't work. Sorry. So that's not what I want. I want the I want something here. I don't mouse enter. I think mouse enter. I think it's called hover. Should be hover. Hover enter. It works with on mouse enter works, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't remember that one. Yeah, it works. The mouse enter works. That's it. Yeah. So all you have to do is just look at the documentation. There's a documentation called like MSN web standard, something like that. And this one will actually just not MSN but MSDN, website standard. So this is the standard for building the web browser. Like if you want to build another web browser, you gotta follow this standard. And then in this standard, it says that like your web browser need to collect all of this action to be available for the JavaScript to be used. Okay, so it's something like that, right? You get what I mean? Okay, so you can do this, or you can also change your function. But this one is kind of complicated. But you can change it to be something else, so that when you click the button, it does something else. So that's how it works. Okay. Let's try another example. Okay. I'm gonna go to another one. This one again. You already had your button, so you don't need to include this one. But let's do this one. Oh, it's called mouse over. Okay, it's called mouse over. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this one, and then I am going to delete this one. Not delete, but I'm gonna comment this one. So the two lines that exist before, can you make sure that it's gone? Either by deleting them. Actually, you can even comment this one out. We don't use this one anymore. Okay. So essentially, you only need this one. Okay, and you see what happened. Yeah, pretty cool. And again, I mean, you can kind of notice, right? Because this is called mouse over, right? This is called mouse enter. So it's a little bit different. Like mouse enter is entering, mouse over is over it. Okay, yeah. Okay, you guys got it? Do I have another example? Actually, no. I'm done. All right. So. This is just a primer of things that we can do. We'll explore more ways to do this next time. So I just want to leave it with this one, because normally I can deploy your website. So essentially you can deploy whatever you're building right now onto the cloud, so that everyone in the world can build it. But unfortunately, this room does not work, because this room is built such that all of its computer is actually routing out into just one IP. So when you were to go into this website, that I want you to use, it actually thought that we are spamming the website, so then that IP get blocked. So every time that I teach this, the IP from all of this computer get blocked by this website. So you cannot. So like if you go to sign up, this one at the same time, like all of you guys do this, then the website would thought that we are spamming them, so they block our IP. So we cannot do it. I'm sorry. But if you were to do this at your own laptop, it would work. So you can actually deploy your website and then have everybody in the world see it. So sorry, this one does not work here. So I cannot do anything unless I have to change the room, which is all booked. So it's going to be next year, which is probably not going to be you guys. So sorry. So this one, maybe later. I'm actually teaching web development course for fourth year students. So maybe we'll see each other in the fourth year, and it will be more fun. Okay, it's something like this, but a lot more involved. Okay. All right. So thank you for coming. I don't have time to print out the attendance sheet for you, but can you write your name and then your student number here so that I know that you're here? Okay, sorry. And if you take the attendance, you may go. See you next week. Thank you. ปิดเลยครับปิดเลยมันทำอะไรไม่ได้ครับมันบล็อกผมก็นั่นแหละครับ